Good morning and welcome everybody. It is Sunday at noon and I am Marcie Besker. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I am here to share some fun crafting with you. How is everyone today? Happy Sunday. So I have been away for a week, I guess, and I did a few videos for you and posted them so you would have some fun inspiration while I was traveling. I was lucky enough to go drive. I prefer to fly. We drove because we had to take tolls. Oh, I should have posted a picture, but I don't think I have one. My husband built a greenhouse for my daughter up in Oregon. It was also my granddaughter's first day of kindergarten, so I must share that with you. So we had a really good time seeing her off. She was very surprised that we went up to visit her. Also, very important to mention today is it is my grandson's second birthday. Happy birthday, Grayson. So, okay, important things out of the way. How is everybody? Hi, Steph. Welcome. Okay, so I created this project before I left on vacation. I couldn't wait to share it with you. So I decided to keep this one for our live because it's a little more, it's super simple, but it also, there's two projects we're going to do. It's super simple, but it also has a 3D project. So let me show you what we're going to create today. Here it is. We're going to do a card and a matching cute box. And I think this would be so fun for a wedding or a shower gift or something because it just gives that soft feel to it. Now you could also create this in a darker, bolder color. You could also add some different things and make it a completely different look. You could, like my shirt, you could take different colors and make it like a birthday or something a little more fun. But I love the Seaside Spray color, so I thought this would be a lot of fun. Feline, welcome from Oregon. I was just there. Barbara, South Carolina. Lisa, South Dakota, welcome. Felicia, welcome back. Yes, and Caroline from Canada. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. I'm excited. I missed being away for a week. I missed my people. I was like, I should be crafting right now with my friends. All right, so let's get busy. I'm going to be posting measurements on my blog. Again, my blog is, let me just show you a quick little here. My blog is marciebessaker.com. My Facebook page is Marcie Besaker Designs. And of course, you're here on my YouTube. Thank you so much, Lisa. That's very sweet of you. Okay, so I'm going to post measurements there, so don't stress out about it. The supplies are listed in the link below. So is my blog. So is my Facebook page. So don't worry about that. Just look below and you'll find everything you need. All right, let's get busy. All right, I'm trying to adjust my camera a little bit more so my head's not in the way. So let's see how that works. Parcel Petals. Okay, so first I have to say that this stamp set is one that did not catch my eye immediately because there is so much in the catalog that you know how you want everything and you're like, oh, I need this, I need this, I need this. Well, okay, let me just explain my allergies are still here. I even went to a doctor making sure that's what it is. I'm just going to be 55 next month and I've got allergies now. That's nice. I've lived here my whole life. Okay. Back to this. So that explains my sniffles. Okay. But look at the sentiments, you guys. Look at the font. It's got a beautiful to and from. A little something, which is exactly what we're going to put on here. Because it's just so cute to add a little something with a matching card. I love matching cards with boxes, bags, you know, any kind of little 3D items. I think they're so cute. You cannot find this stuff in the store, right? So anyway, super cute. I love the watercolor effect of the flowers and the dies. I mean, come on. We're going to use this, and this. So we're going to use a lot of the dies. The other item we're going to bring in, hi Carol, how are you? We're going to bring in the stitched shapes. If you cannot purchase the oval layers, the circle layers, the squares, the rectangles, excuse me, to me, those are staples in a paper crafting world. But this is a really great set to just kind of get yourself started. And if you want to do some layering like we did here, it just really adds that much more to your card, I think. So I think this is a really great set, the stitched shapes, to get yourself started with some circles, ovals, and squares. So we're going to also be using that. So let's go ahead and work on the card first. So I'm going to set those aside. Let me just kind of set everything aside a little bit. We'll just move those over there. Okay. Now, remember I made this before I left, so I did reread everything, making sure I don't goof it up. You're going to notice I have a little piece of vellum that's right here. So I want to take that first. Let's get it cut and get it out of the way. Oh, nice, Carol. Perfect timing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this up over here. Now, what you will notice, this is two different pieces. So you could cut this out, but I want the whole thing cut out. And this lays in. If you look, let me see if I pull this up. If you look, it's got like a little shelf there that this just lays right in, which I think is brilliant. Because now you can cut them both at the same time. And if I do it right and not move around, it lays in there perfectly. So we're going to go ahead and lay this on our magnetic plate here, which I love, by the way. The more I use this, the more I absolutely love it. So we're going to put that on, die cut that out really quick. And because it's so intricate, and even though our machines and our plates and everything cut really well, I always just do it 2 times. Number one, I'm on a electric machine right now, and I don't want to reach all the way over to grab it on the other side, so I just put it up towards the top and I roll it in and roll it right back up. And I know that's doing it twice, and I don't always do that. If it's not very intricate, I don't, because I don't want to mess up my plate any more than I need to. So let's see. You know, I should have done this on my other, so you could have seen it on my new machine. I should have thought about that, but we'll do it later if we have time. So let's just get through this. Okay, I am going to just poke out all our little goodies. They're coming right out, no problem. I'm going to put them right underneath me so I can slide them off. I don't like to use our little brush and stuff on vellum so much, just because it's just so delicate. Even though our vellum actually is thicker than a lot of vellums I have used, I just like it. They come out so easy, so I'm not worried about brushing them and all that. So we're just going to set this little cutie aside over there. Okay, so this is the front of our card. So what we're going to do is we are going to cut some holes in it, but just like your box, I prefer to stamp first and then die cut. And why is that? Because if you're stamping on top of something that's already has some scores, your print is not going to go in just perfectly. So like right here, it's just a perfect space, and I just want to make sure it gets really well on the paper, and then I'll cut it out. So that's what I prefer. So we're going to take this front piece, we're going to get our flowers out, which is right here. A nice block. I always have my blocks marked with fingernail polish, like a different kind of color, just so I know they're mine, because we have friends that craft with us, or classes, or whatever. And it's just nice to have them identified. So, hello, Miss Olivia. Oh, it's so pretty. And it's just like, you could, I almost forgot it was on the card, but it's in person, you can just see it. So it just adds a little bit. So we're going to put that on there. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the seaside. Hi, Chris. Welcome. All right. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing my video, I would really appreciate it. You just don't know who on your page is a crafter or looking for some inspiration today, and I would just love to share this with them. All right, so what we're going to do is we are just going to randomly stamp. I want the larger one because these are two smaller ones, so I'm going to do the larger one there. I just like to kind of make it look like an even, I'll do this one, like an even piece of paper, just like it is wrapping paper, right? And I'm going to do this one. I love it to go off the edges because it just looks like it's supposed to be like that. All right, so I am good with that. So that's that paper. On the inside, I did not do an inside yet. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do that. And that's enough for the inside for me. It matches. It's beautiful. While I have the stamp out, let's do our envelope. So again, grid sheets, so important. I love the ones with the rulers on them. And I decided to choose this one today for fall, even though I'm not doing a fall card. Because I'm doing a lighter card, I thought it would be better to do a darker background. So we're just going to do our envelope while we're here. I usually do this at the end, but while I have our ink, and I'm not going to do paper, I'm going to do our ink. We don't have DSP to match this, so we might as well do that, right? All right, so now our sentiment. So again, I am going to, if we look at the card, we need a circle. And it looks like one big stamp of just one time is going to work. So I'm just going to stamp it like that. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead, because we're just doing the card first and we're not doing the box, I'm just going to leave my stamp aside. We are going to take the birthday. You always need a birthday stamp, right? Birthday card. And I think, yeah, let's just do birthday cheer to you all year. And of course, like I said, it goes perfectly with just a little something, because you're going to give them a little something for their birthday. And this little box would be so cute with just like a gift card or some chocolates or anything, a little pair of earrings. I'm going to just put that right there. Now you could stamp the sentiment after you cut it out. That way you make sure it's in the middle, but it's going to be just fine. All right, so now we're going to get our circles out. And I have to remember what I did. I believe the large one, yes, I did on the blue, on the seaside, and the second one I did here. So I will get a scrap of blue that I kept. Let's see if this will fit. Shauna, hi, how are you? Let's see here. We are going to use this one. So what I like to do is I like to bring in my plates, and this is how I put them in. Don't waste your time. Get your boards in there. I'm going to move this over. I need to be moving my dies around on my magnetic. And then I'm going to move this one over here and look at it, see how centered this is, and I am good with that. And then I will run them through. I like to put as many on or whatever I need to put on at a time, if I can. But make sure your plates are covering both up. All right. Run those through. All right. Now we have our circle. And our circle. This is such an easy card. It is 2 ink colors. That's it. And then you'll have extra scraps for your sentiments. All right, I'm going to, of course, put these back so I don't lose them, because I will. They'll attach to something and then I won't know where they are. All right. Now, I've learned a secret. Somebody had mentioned, now I have not tried it, but I'm going to tell you. Now, using your silicone mat, if you use your, let's switch. This is the plus. I'm going to grab my other one and let's see how it works. I like the plus better because it just seems to work right away for me. Now, I know that if you take your regular Stampin' Seal and you start off on your silicone mat and go onto your item that you want to adhere, of course it's going to grab your roller on here because it's silicone and then let you bring it across your item. Now, somebody, and I have not tried it yet because I saw it last night, she said if you have your mat underneath you, it gives you just enough of a sponge or cushion to start this. So I'm just going to try, and this is like butter. It does work. So with your Stampin' Seal, we're going to use this the rest of the time whenever I can. I'm going to keep trying it on this. But look, it worked perfectly fine, and I have not used this in over a week since I've been here. I've been using the plus because it just seems to work much easier, but I have a lot of this. So I want it to work. So when I saw that last night, I was like, ooh, I'm going to try that. So there we go. I tried it live right here for you, and it worked perfect. So I'm going to keep doing that and see how we like it. All right, so now we are going to take our panel and our die, and we're just going to pull this one out right here. Just because I just wanted to add a little something else. So I just, again, I'm just going to lay it on my magnetic mat, and I'm going to straighten this out. Oops, let me move it up a bit. And just kind of lay it. I didn't, no rhyme or reason, I just kind of laid it where I thought it would go. Okay, I'm going to put it right there. And I'm going to move this over. You're welcome, Felicia. When I heard that, I was like, and then I saw her using it, and I'm like, oh, she must just have a really good batch of this, because I struggle getting that one to start. And when she said that last night, I really wanted to come in here last night and try it, but I thought, all right, we're gonna just go for it and see what happens. All right, and then I'm just gonna move this down, line it up the best you can. And I'm thinking I did it a tiny bit crooked, so now I'm like, do I do it crooked on the bottom again or straighten it up? But I think it's gonna be fine. All right, I'm gonna do it like that. Maybe move it over to the right a tad. All right. Well, we'll see. We're going to keep trying it, see how it works for the rest of the time. I wish I could remember who told me that. I watched a couple videos. But when she said that, I was just like, oh my gosh, that was like a eureka moment. All right, let me get my little pads off my magnetic. Again, love the magnetic plate. So easy. All right, and now I'm just going to get those out. Well, maybe I will use my little for this. All right, so oops, bottom row. See, there we go. That works really nicely, and then you just shake this off, and you are good to go. All right. All right, so there is our card. Oh, you're welcome. And so now I'm kind of want it the same, about the same spot. So we're going to take this again with our silicone. I'm just going to line it up, and I'll measure it and put it on my blog, but for now, it really doesn't matter. It just goes a little above. Yep. Worked just fine. And now we're going to take our little piece here. Cecile, how are you? We're going to add our little vellum piece. And I just did a little roll of our Stampin' Seal, which is fine because we're going to put our ribbon over. I do like to pull out my tear and tape and put it on the back side. So I'm going to take two pieces, and I want to go right on the other side here. And then I just go right on the other side here. And that's where we're going to put our ribbon. And so I just kind of eyeball it. Just go over a little bit. You want to make sure you have enough to curl around. Hi, Donna. Welcome. All right, so we're going to do that, and I'm going to add a little more, and you want to, oh, I didn't do my mat. Hold on, let's see if it works, because it was not working. Watch. It was not working right then. So let's put our mat underneath. Oh, it worked over here, but not over here. I don't think I did. Oh, there we go. I don't think I did it hard enough. All right. So I like to now put it underneath with the grid, just so I'm kind of straight. All right, now I'm gonna flip it over, and sometimes I'll do my bow, and then sometimes I'll wrap it around and attach it on the back, but I want my little tails. So we're gonna do the bow separate and put it on top here. Donna, I'm glad you did. Hi, Kathy. All right, so we're just going to hear those down. Okay, so, and then straighten them out a little bit because I went up a little on this side. Just kind of make sure it's straight. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and adhere this to our card now because I already have some tear and tape that's really sticky back there. So what I'm going to do is pull in our, I did a really fun tip that seems to be working fine with the seal, not the Seal Plus. Oh, but see, now it's not working. So, oh yeah, it does. You just have to angle it right. And if you have your silicone mat underneath, it's much easier to use. And I'm not even starting it on the mat. I'm just using the mat as a cushion, and it's working really, really well. I do like to go over my ribbon. That's just another little security with the ribbon, making sure that it's there. I went a little off the edge, so just kind of roll it on the back. Making sure it's on the back. I really do like the seal. It works really well. I just, now that I am using this, it's so much easier. All right. And normally I like to do my panel completely before I adhere it to the card base, but because we do have the tear and tape already showing in the back, I don't want it to stick to other stuff. All right, so there's that. We are going to add some dimensionals. I can't wait to show you guys how easy this box is to make. That we're going to have that matches our little card. Who agrees? Isn't it fun to give this as a gift that has a matching bag or box or some kind of little 3D project that matches your card? It is new, Donna. I mean, I don't know how new it is, but yeah, it's this year because it's the in colors. These are our in colors, which I love. Wait, what is your favorite in color? So we have Bumblebee, Magenta Madness, Just Jade, Misty Moonlight, and Cinnamon Cider. So tell me what your favorite one is. Now, this right here, you have your little vellum. I'm going to slide this under the vellum and then add that here. Because I want this to show. I want the vellum to show. My colors are changing a lot. You know, Felicia, I have not used the Just Jade that much, but I'm anxious to use it, and I have an idea already what I'm going to do. So, Kathy, I love the Misty Moonlight because it reminds me a lot of just a darker shade of the Seaside, and I just love that kind of soft blue. Carol, those two are my favorites. The Bumblebee and the Cinnamon Cider are by far my favorites. All right, so now we need to do our little bow. Ribbon. So I did this, and I cross it over. Where are my scissors? Cut some off. And then I go over, and I did a little bit too short. Let's see if I can make it work. All right, it's going to be a short tail anyway. So in that case, you just want to not do such a big bow. So you can have a bigger tail to work with over here. And sometimes I try to just make it exact. And sometimes I know that's not such a great idea because I'm already trying to like, I don't want to waste the ribbon, but then I end up like making a bow that doesn't fit anyways, which is silly. Yeah, Carol, I like them all. I mean, it's really hard to pick. Okay. So once you get it to this point, just kind of work it. Work your bow. Get it to go and be exactly like you want your little bow. I want it to be a little smaller. All right. Glue dots. It really is hard. They're so pretty. They really did a good job with the in colors. Usually I like 1 or 2 and maybe 3. Hey, Rio, welcome back. But this year, I'm really liking them. All right, so we're going to add our bow. Now, you see I just added it with some glue dots, but I'm also going to take a little bit of my glue just because I want to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And I'm just going to, put a little bit down by the knot. And put a little over here just to give it that little extra glue. Except you can see I squished it out the front because I did over squish my glue. So I'm going to take a little piece of paper and pick up most of it. big pieces. And then I'm telling you, these pokey tools, I know I have a tool pick, but I've used this for, I don't know, 20 years, so I just keep using these however long I've had them. Okay. I think I feel like this is like my nice tool that I use for things, and this is like my grunge tool that I use for everything. All right, so I'm going to cut this a little shorter. And there we go. There's our card. Oh, thanks, Felicia. My mom used to make them like this, and then when I switched companies some time ago, they also they did bows like that. And of course, I was like, this is brilliant, because I never really learned the correct way. When my mom was doing them, I didn't care to learn back then. And now, of course, I would love to learn. All right, so let's see. Oh, see, now it's, oh, but I got it stuck on the plastic. There we go. There we go. All right. Yes, with the mat, this is so much easier to use. So much easier. All right, so that's great news. All right, so we're doing our inside. And our card is done. We already did our envelope. Now we're going to move on to our box. I just love this. Okay, moving on. So here now we're going to make this cute box. A little something. So let's make our tag. And now I just have this stuck with one dimensional right here. And because this is going to slide off to open your box, right? You're probably not putting the bow back on. Donna, I wish they would keep this color, because I absolutely love it. All right, so what I did first is we're going to go back to our stamp. And I'm just going to do a light stamp. Nothing big, nothing major. I just don't want just a plain blue stamp. This time I am going to die cut first, because I want my words centered for sure. And I kind of want to move this around to get a little bit more of the darker images. So I think I'm just going to go right there and die cut that out really quick. Thank you, Felicia. Thanks, Carol. All right. So here's our pretty sentiment. And now my stamp set. We're going to pull out a little something. A little something. Because that goes perfect. It's funny, I had a customer one time. She bought something, I can't remember what it was, and she needed to bring me some cash, and she put it in the cutest little homemade envelope that she made. And I was so, I did it in blue, not black. Gee whiz. All right, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it in black over, but let's try it first before I have to redo it. Silly me. So she brought it over, and that just reminded me of that is brilliant. Number one, that's showing your, okay, this is not going to go good, I can tell. I'm not going to be able to get it right over, but we're going to try it really quick. Why not? Oh my goodness, look at, right on top. Now, don't ask me to do that again. Okay, so seriously, what I did is I looked at the A little, because those are nice block sharp letters, and I just kind of moved it over and stamped it, and that just tells you how nice the stickers are to where the words are and the way I put them on my block. If you have not seen me how I put them on, the sticker on the stamp, let me know and I'll do that for you real quick, because it's a game changer. It really is so much easier. I can't believe I just did that. Okay. So if you haven't seen me do that, let me know and I'll show you. So we're going to set that aside. And like I said on the card, I prefer to stamp your images before you do your cutting. Because your score lines kind of go like this, but your stamp is not going to go with the grooves. It's just going to go flat, right? So these are my boxes. Again, all the measurements will be on my blog. My blog is marciebessaker.com. And my Facebook page is Marcie Bessaker Designs. I would love it if you would subscribe to both and like the Facebook page. A lot of times I'll remind you and say, hey, I'm going live in a half hour, or I'll be there in 2 hours, or sometimes I give you a sneak peek, sometimes I don't. Okay, so Rio, you want me to show you really quick. It's super fast, you guys. So what I do is, let's say, let me pull one I haven't done, this one. So this one is Somebody Loves You Lots and Lots. So I take my stamp out and I take the back off. I find a block, the sentiment or the stamp image will fit. You're going to peel the whole thing off, okay? You are going to put it face down on your block. So leave the backing on there. I'm going to take this off. It's that little waxy paper. Take that off. Make sure you have your stamp correctly. Then I take this. Oh, okay, so Feline, I used to not use the stickers, but they've changed them, and they are so much better. They actually stick. They're amazing. Okay, so then I just kind of slowly move my stamp down. Okay, I got to put my head over it a little bit. I want to make sure. Just look around to the clear edges, and all the clear edges should be nicely onto your stamp. And that way they're not like up or down, because if you do it the other way, and if you take off your sticker, I mean, if, you know, the waxy part, and leave it on there, and then you take this and you try to go down, it's like it could stick a wrong way, and your paper is not exactly flat, and so it's going to stick in one spot. Once it's stuck, it's stuck. It's really hard to do it the other way. The old ones were awful. The new ones are absolutely amazing. So I would suggest you just give them a try. So I hope that helps. It's so much easier. Everything just aligns. I leave it like this until I get everything done, once I start using them, and then I just adhere them to the back. Okay, so here we go. Now we're going to stamp our box pieces. And sometimes 3D projects are a little iffy, and with this one I was not sure how to put it together, so it took me a few little tries, and then I figured it out. I always stamp in the middle when it's a larger project, because you want to be able to work your way. If you start on the edge and come, sometimes it doesn't quite work out right with placing your stamps. It's just easier to work inside out. And I know a lot of this is going to be cut off. Because we're going to be using a die for this, so it's not that big of a... I'm going to turn this so I get the big one in the middle. Okay, so that's what I do. And we're going to do 2 of them. Oh, you're welcome. I can't take credit. I saw somebody do it, and I was like, yeah, that looks more like a much better way to do it. So I tried it, and that was the way to go. That was so much smarter. Okay, because I have that one here, I'm still going to go this way and kind of go like that. I don't want to miss the corner, even though it's probably going to be cut off. That's okay. Go there and a little there. All right, even though that's cut off, you never know. All right, so there's our two pieces. So all of our stamping is done. Just gonna wipe this off really quick so I don't stick my arm in it. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna take our dies here, which are the perfect, oh, I think I spelled this wrong. I think it's perfect parcel. And we are going to set that aside, and we're going to die cut 2 of these out. And let me just tell you what this is really quick. I know the measurements will be on my blog, but it is, I think it's 4 by 6. 4 by 6. So the same size that I cut my DSP down, and it barely fits on there, which is fine. And Felicia, everything will be, all the sizes will be listed on my blog too when I post that a little bit later. All right, so we're gonna cut this. Again, the magnetic plate is really helpful, especially because this is such a tight fit. So you could do it like 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 or an 1/8 or whatever, just to give yourself a little more if you want. And you need 2, don't forget. We're going to adhere these together. But this one is a little tricky. It's kind of like which is the top and which is the bottom, but I will show you. You can tell my magnetic plate is loved so much. What's funny is it leaves the little paper like bits in there, but it's self-healing. There's no, you cannot feel the grooves. So I think if I just took like a washcloth or a sponge or something and just wiped it off, the paper would probably just come right off and it would probably look new again. But there's no, with it being self-healing. All right, so we need that piece and this piece, and then this is all that you're losing. So that's how close your edges are when you're putting that piece on, okay? So we're going to throw that. All right. I know that there was a way this was on here, this way. Oh, I don't know. I'll figure it out later. It was so, oh, it was down farther. It was so clever that they fit everything in it. There we go, like that. All right. So now we have our 2 pieces, and for a box like this, I like to use tear and tape. And I know that I have used the Seal Plus for things like this, but I just still like the tear and tape. I don't know, probably because I just know it's gonna work. So what I did is I just scored, it's all scored, so just kind of fold it down. It is cardstock, not DSP, so you're a little more to use your bone folder. DSP, I'm a little more hesitant. I kind of do it like flat like this with DSP. Yes, the magnetic plate stuff is, it's so nice. Okay, so now you're just going to bend all your stuff here. You've got a lot of little things. And now I'm going to try and remember how to put it together. Okay. I should have practiced one more time before I did this, right? Because I've been on vacation and you know how that goes. All right, we're going to just score everything down. All right. Oh, you know what I think I did? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to adhere the edges like this. I got it. I got it. So what I did is I just take your tear and tape. Make sure it's just on the inside there. I like to burnish this here just to make sure it stays on really well. And then you can cut off those little tiny extras that aren't perfect aligned there. So you cut off those extra little tear and tapes so that you're just adhering. You don't want it sticky on the inside whenever you put your gift or your whatever items, your chocolates or whatever in there. And then you just, and pretty much any box or any type of a 3D item, if it has tabs like this, you know that you're just going to line it up. And then that is the one side of your box. I like to fold it and then just kind of make sure that it's burnished there. And now on this one, you see how the box folds? Again, you can fold it when you do it. So let's put our tape on first. Hi, Carol. Glad you could make it. We finished our card. We're just working on our matching box. Again, you're going to just burnish that on there. I just like to make sure. You're going to cut your little extra off right here. Look at that. There we go. All right, we got that off. Now we're going to fold this over. Like to make sure it's straight. Take off your tape. I always like to do my folding flat if I can. So make sure you fold it, you know, get to figure out where it can fold flat. I like to align it with the edge. And again, you're going to align your top right there and your bottom right there. Okay. All right, so there is that part of the box. All right, so now the bottom part, if I can remember right, because it was kind of a tricky deal. All right, you are going to do your box like that. You're going to hook it, and then you're going to push it in. Oops. See how this side right here has this ledge? You're going to fold it, and then you're going to tuck it in, and you're going to have that edge come back up. And then same with over here. You're going to tuck this one in. Okay, it's kind of a tricky deal. It just gives you that extra support there. I think that's how it was. Yeah. And so once you fold those, you want one of your edges to come up. All right, and it's going to be the edge with your corner on it. You'll see. And then this one, you've got little score lines right here. And you're going to score them to where there's a point. I probably should have done this a little better before I put it together. I did it on this side. Okay, so you're going to put it in, and you're going to see like there's a little line, and they just flap over each other, and then you tuck in. It kind of reminds me of like a Chinese food box. Okay, and then you're going to tuck this one in. Oops. I like to kind of fold it a little before you put it in. It is a little tricky, Felicia. And because when I first did it, I was like, I don't know if this is right. But then I realized that, oh, okay, so you can, oh, this one's not in all the way. I think I should have used the thicker white paper too. I think that would have been a smarter idea. All right, so there's your box. And now I'm going to look at that bottom, make sure that, yeah. I think I used the thicker on this one, which would have been a better idea. I should have thought about that. So I suggest the thicker. All right, so now we're going to make our ribbon. So what I did is I have some hanging out like this, and I did a triple bow. So here's our triple bow. I'm not even looking if I'm in camera. I hope I was. And I want it fairly large like this. So I'm going to twist it 1, 2, 3. So I want to do a 3 bow. And you see how I twisted it over so the right side is always up. And then I'm going to make this long. So I'm going to, this is my bow. I want this to come all the way around and have a little tail. So I'm going to cut right about here. And it might be too much, but I'd rather be too much than not enough. All right. So again, I'm going to have a tail. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. So you want 3 hoops here, which includes your first one. That's 1. And then 3 is your last one here. And then you come up and all the way over. Okay, you're going to bring it all the way over. And now you're going to bring it back here and through here. And you want it to turn this way, because this is the top of your bow on the bottom. And now I'm going to pull it tight. You want to be careful. It depends on what kind of ribbon you have. You don't want it to break. All right. So we're going to slide this off. Fan out your ribbon, and we can fix it a little bit more later. But I like to just kind of fan it out a little bit. All right, so now we have our tail and we have this. So we're just going to go around and we're going to bring this up over here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue dots under here because you need to adhere it down. I don't want to adhere it onto the box because they're going to want to slide the ribbon off. And if they were smart, what I would do if they're paper crafters is keep the ribbon. So my husband, I wrapped his present the other day, and I wrapped it with some of the blue boho indigo kit ribbon, you know, that thick Night of Navy ribbon. Well, he's like, oh, you know, thank you, whatever, and he crinkles up the ribbon and he throws it in his box, and I'm like, wait, don't throw that away. He's like, oh, I should have known. Silly man. I mean, I don't do that with other people, but I definitely would with my husband. I'm like, and I'm surprised. He's probably the first one. Like, you're going to reuse this, right? All right, so I just pull it up. Just kind of put your glue dot down. You have a little tail there. We have a little tail here. And this one, what I'm going to do, because it's for looks, right? You don't want to waste your ribbon. And I wanted more tails. So I just slid this through and kind of angled it. Put your finger under and then just really adhere it well. And there we have some extra ribbon. We have our bow. Just be careful when you pull it, because if you start pulling it, of course, it's going to pull from the other side and get all kind of wonky looking. You don't want that. This one happens to be off to the side a little bit more, which I am perfectly fine with. So we're going to take our little tag and we're going to put it over here. So there's a funny story that I had a lady that I knew that worked in the crafting industry, and she started with a crafting company. And when she told me this story, I laughed so hard. She said that she started and they gave her like a welcome gift at her desk. And she was all excited and she was new to the industry. She I think she was creative, but it was just a new industry for her. And she sat down at her desk and opened her gift and everything. Well, then she took her ribbon and packaging and threw it away. And I think she had like the raffia and whatever. And everybody was like, "Why? What are you doing?" And she said, at that moment, she knew you don't throw anything away. So I just laughed when she did that. Okay, so here we go. Now, I have not embellished or anything, and that just actually came to my mind that you could embellish. Let me see what I've got here. It would be really pretty. Let me find what I'm looking for. I know you can't hear me because I'm turned. Hold on one sec. Well, now I'm just grabbing handfuls of. Okay, so I think these would look really pretty, but I'm going to my go-to, which are these. I love these little metallic pearls. Love, love, love. And these, they're silver and gold, but the silver I have put on so many cards with blue. I just think, I mean, if you look at this, they're all little. I think I might have bought, if they're ever out of them, it's probably because I have them. I am going to there. I just love these metallic. I just think they are so pretty and they just add just enough. And we could even put one, oops, like on our little box. Add them on our little sentiment. Blue rhinestones from the, yeah, that would look really pretty too. Of course, anything, any kind of rhinestones, right? Any kind of rhinestones or gems or pearls. I just love adding them on. So here is a look at what they did in the catalog. So there's just all kinds of things you can do with these. And here's just the box, a little better look. Here's the set we did. Well, that's the one I did prior. And for those of you that may be interested, the Get and Go promotion is just a couple days left. And so if you're interested in being a demonstrator or a hobbyist, and you are interested in joining, I would love to have you join my team. And you get $50 extra. You get the Queen Anne lace and So Much Love stamp sets. You get a free package of rhinestones, and you get 16 card kits. That's a lot. It's a perfect way to do a bunch of cards at one time, have them done and ready to go. And or if you want to have a class, or it's a great idea if you let your customers know, hey, if you purchase one of these sets, I'll send you a card kit to go with it. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do with that. And that only goes through the 30th, so now is the time. You're both trying to make it work. Oh, thank you, Rio. Yes, Jeannie, I hope you do. It was a really fun set to do. Like I said, I love doing a card or a little 3D item. I mean, we did a bunch of Halloween ones at my paper pumpkin class this weekend. We all get together and look at this cute little treat, and we put a little pumpkin scented hand sanitizer in there, and there's just all kinds of little things you can do. These are another little treat I did for a class, and I had little chocolates in there. I think I did like 3 or 4 little Hershey Kisses, and it's just cute. It just says believe. Just simple. The easiest thing, especially with DSP, and it's 2 pieces, and usually 2 pieces, depends on what you're making, and you can just make one little die cut. This is 1 die right here. 1 die. The older ones they used to have are bigger, and there was 2. I thought it was the same one, and when I realized it wasn't, I had to buy this one. But cute little treats if you're doing something at work or for, kids in school. You could put little erasers in here if you can't send candy. Cute little items to do for classmates or coworkers or wedding favors. You can change this and make it look different. I do too. Thanks, Barb. So there's all kinds of really cute little ideas that, you may not be a card person and that's not your thing, but maybe you do wedding favors or birthday, treat bags or things like that. There's so many things that you can do with the Stampin' Up! Dies are just fantastic. And the designer series paper, you can easily find a designer series paper that you like that fits your need, or like we just did today. Oh, Felicia, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Like we did today is create your own designer series paper. Find something super simple, super easy. This was 1 stamp. A lot of times if I create designer series paper myself, I use multiple stamps and colors to create what I'm looking for. But this one was so easy to do with just 1 stamp set, 1 die set. Well, I take that back too because I did the circles. And then making your cute little treat box that goes with it. I just love the idea that you have something ready to go for someone and it fits. I am going to pull out my, look at that. Just put your little gift card in there. Fits perfect. Add a little bit of the little crinkle paper. Let me show you really quick. So we had this extra paper. Now, for those of you that are still hanging with me, this is a super fantastic tip. I did this in another project. I don't know if I have one with me. Oh, yes, I do. So I did this in a class the other day, and we created this. All your little paper for the inside of the bag. And so you don't need to go buy a pound of paper that's just that. Like I have some lime green of this, the paper stuff, and I have so much of it, but it doesn't match everything. If you take your trimmer and you just take a scrap piece and you just slide this over and you just make little tiny pieces. They do not have to be even. Just kind of make them small. It just depends on, what you're looking for. And you just slide them along. And then you take a stack of your paper and you just fold them like this. And of course, the less you take, the tighter the fold. And then you've got your little paper to put inside your box. Super simple. You're not storing it. It matches your project. And so you just kind of fold it up how you want it. And now this can go inside your box. Obviously, I would make more. But that can go inside your box. And then you can just put your little card right on top. Or, put that in your box with some underneath, some on top, and then it's kind of fun because they have to dig for whatever's in there. And you've got this cute little crinkly paper in there. And how fun is that? And then it matches your project. You could also use a crimper. I was just talking to my class about that. I do have 2 crimpers, so that's also something you can do. Crimp it up and then just cut it up. But super simple. Use your scrap paper that you had or whatever's left over. Turn it. There's a few here I could get. I would do this first. You know, it doesn't matter. And then you have your paper. So there is a helpful tip there. Again, you guys, thank you for being patient while I was gone because my granddaughter started kindergarten, which was fun. And today's my grandson's birthday, so that is a lot of fun. We celebrated here last month when he was here, and we're going to go see him for Halloween. So I'm not there for his official birthday today, which is a first for me. But since he was just here, we kind of thought that was silly, but we're going for Halloween. See him dressed up. Thank you so much, you guys. If you would like and share and subscribe, that would really be appreciated. I appreciate it very much. I am able to see on my dashboard which videos are liked and viewed the most and stuff like that. And it kind of gears me towards what people are looking for and what they like. And so that helps me a lot on what kind of things you're looking for. Obviously, always, if you guys message me if you're interested in seeing something created, just let me know. My blog is marciebessaker.com. You can go to my blog. On the right hand side it says shop my online store if you ever want to go and take a look, see what's out there, what's available. On the bottom of this post I have my description of my items that I use, my supplies. You can click there, take a look around, see what's there. I also will list them on my blog later tonight. I will have that posted with my measurements, so don't worry about that. That'll all be on there. And oh, you're so welcome, Carol. Thanks, Felicia. I kind of love them. I miss them. I'm sad that they don't live in my same state. So Tashana, my son, said that he lives in an HOA, and he said that they have decided that they're all going to meet at the park, and to keep the children warm, they should wear something warm, like maybe a costume to keep themselves warm. And then maybe if there's extra candy around the house, bring it. So I think they're just their community is going to do something. They're not going out of their community. Thank you. It seems like I'm never home for Halloween. It always seems like I'm visiting one grandchild or the other, or we go out to dinner or do something. But I have to say, my Christmas lights are scheduled to go up. I'm starting October 1st. I know, it's early, but I love Christmas. And this year, I am just going to share Christmas cheer as much as I can. And so my lights are going up October 1st. My fall stuff is already up. And I will be putting Christmas up November 1st. I'm going to do it November 1st. I'm going to have it go for a long time. My granddaughter's coming for Christmas, and she wants 3 Christmas trees. Well, we're going to have 5, but, you know, I have little ones. And so it's going to be a fun Christmas because we're going to finally have a child in the house. So it'll be fun this year. We usually travel to them. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to let you go. Obviously, if you need anything, go to my blog and just click on shop here. You can go to my Facebook page on Marcie Bessaker Designs. You could shop from there. There's a shop now button. And I even believe on YouTube at the top right side, it says shop here. You could go there. And so I'm here to help you in any way. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for being patient for me being gone for a week. I do not have a plan for Tuesday yet. I've been gone. I have a couple thoughts, but if you want to see something, let me know. And if I have it, I'll create it for you. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great week. I will see you on Tuesday. Thanks for joining me. Bye.